In Fire Emblem Heroes, refines are such a magnificent item. They can either help a unit to a degree where they become on a new level and can become meta-influential like Eliwood did, or they can do very little to a unit. Maybe give them a slight boost or help them with popularity, but doesn't help them that much. It can be anywhere in between for most heroes, and even some small things can give them a niche that will give them the edge. So today, we're here to talk about heroes in Fire Emblem Heroes that could use refines in some shape or form. And maybe I'll share an idea or two. No, don't have a script. But yeah, as I was saying, some units really get a ton of help. And hell, Eliwood's refine wasn't made for him. It's literally Brave Roy's was refine. And yet, look at what happened to Eliwood. When was the last time you saw an Eliwood? Okay. When was the last time you saw an Eliwood before this refine came out? You probably don't remember, because that was like 2 years ago now. But you see my point. It helps them so much. And even, like, every staff unit has such a niche. So I'll be going over some units in no particular order of how much they need them. Kind of just in a particular order of how I like them, if that makes sense. But the actual order of who needs a refine is completely arbitrary. Any distant counter weapon, those things are severely underpowered. And we're still getting them, as our last one was Legendary Ryoma. You could technically say Legendary Roy, because technically his is just a distant counter weapon, but it has Effective Endless Dragon on it, so I don't know. But distant counter weapons. It's hard to say for each unit, but Fjorm could literally just have any effect from Legendary Corrin. Literally any. Lelgius could massively benefit from something as simple as special cooldown -1, or even something like a Wrath effect. Literally, his weapon plus Wrath would be incredible with him. So, you kind of see what I mean. Basically, just distant counter weapons in general need refines. And they're one of the things IS seems to be refusing to do. And we're still getting them. As of like 2 years ago. God, Legendary Ryoma came out a long time ago. But you see my point. They really aren't that good. Because it's distant counter. Hell, I don't think we actually got a close counter weapon. However, but you see that they need these buffs, and a lot of the time, this is their signature weapon. Actually, exclusively, it's their signature weapon. There isn't a single inheritable. Lightning Breath, you don't count. So, you know, I'd love to see it. Sylvia and Leon. I think that might be stretching the limit of how far their units can be. But I do feel they could use a refine, even something as simple as increasing Barrier Blade's ability. Or what I think would be amazing on these two is a Cantrap ability. I feel Cantrap could actually work wonders for them. Literally just throwing in a Cantrap somewhere in their weapon and another effect may be enough. Like Cantrap, Barrier Blade, special cooldown -1, or like 5 true damage for specials would be incredible. And I think that would be something that would help them a lot to get stronger and be more used. My opinion. Azura. Definitely should have been demoted along with the rest of the Gen 1 units. Still have a Sapphire Lance, too. You need help, Azura. You need a lot of help. You are extremely underpowered, and... Look, I'm gonna say this again, because Dancer, cantrip may be incredible on her, for all I know. Throw Wings of Mercy on her effect. I don't know. Just +5 defense if she uses an assist skill. Boom. She's slightly better. Remove the Sapphire Lance effect. It's not good. I don't like it. She needs so much help. And genuinely, I think she either should have been demoted or given a refine by now. She does not stand well at all, even in the relatively small niche she has of singers and dancers. You have the majorly strong ones, like Legendary Azura, Peony, and Mirabliss. And you have the pretty good ones like Summer Dorothea, Young Azura. And then you have Azura. Like, if I were to rank the dancers, I'd need a base game Azura tier. That's how bad she is. She does not hold up. And I'm not saying this to hate on her. I care for Azura, and I like her as a character, and I would love for her to be good. So, please, just do something. Soel is a unit I will likely build one day, especially if she gets a refine. I really like her artwork. I'm not too sure how you could improve her refine. She's decent enough as is. I feel like throwing another effect on top of Fire Sweep would be good enough and would make her usable to a degree where she could be good. I'm not sure what effect, however. Seasonal units. Just seasonal units. They don't add up. Look at Bunny Lucina. I would love to use her. She's not good. Gen 1 seasonal units just don't have anything. You could argue maybe units like Winter Tharja are good, whom were released at the very end of Gen 1. Genuinely, I don't believe a single one of them, off the top of my head, has a non-inheritable weapon, for one. Some of their weapons are incredible. Look at Nekapara Sakura's weapon. Effective against magic! That's incredible! So maybe she doesn't need one, but a lot of them do. And I feel that they should get them. Personally, I feel like around Easter or so, or whenever we finish Gen 1 non-seasonal units, we should start throwing in one seasonal each month on top of our Gen 2 unit. So once we're done Gen 1 unit main pools, we have 2. We have 1 Grail, 2 Gen 2 3 4-star units, 1 Gen 2 5-star unit, and 1 Gen 1 seasonal. I think that would be a great workaround, and I think that would help the entire group of them a lot. We are now entering the territory of... These are refines I genuinely really, really, really want to see. So I would love if these guys were in, like, especially the top 2 and this one, were to get in before the end of the year. So these are some refines that are top priority, I guess. So, usual shenanigans. I'd love to see Noah get a refine. I'm not too sure what, however. I really like Noah, and I've been saying if she gets a good refine, I will plus 10 her for several months now. Just waiting. She's been holding on to 7 Noes. Just waiting. Waiting for the day to come. But I legitimately have no clue really on Noe, but I think it would be great if she got one. For Kaze, I'd love to see him get something similar to his brother Saizo. I'm not too sure what, but I would love to have him get a refined like Corrin's Gloom Breath or Saizo's Star or whatever the hell it was called. That's my opinion, and I'm going to keep it that way. Okay, so for Kana, he kind of got shafted when his sister got a refined him. I've always just considered like Kana male and female to be siblings. I mean, technically they have the same parent of Corrin, just depending on their gender. I'm not sure, okay? Well, you get my point. But legitimately give him a refined named Moon Dragonstone and just Control V, the effect from female Kana. I don't know why he didn't get his at the same time as her. Because they already had almost identical stat spreads. With, I think, their res and defense being switched. And then the same weapon. I don't know why he didn't get the weapon at the same time as her. It's confusing to me. And I'll probably see it in 3 years. Staff users. Look, I have this slot specifically selected for Jenny, but that's just because she's my favorite staff user in the game. Literally every staff user in this game, even Gen 4 staff users, need a refine. Look at Forrest. How is he a Gen 4 unit? How? He's horrible. Legitimately, there are so many staff units I'm like, I would love to build you. Too bad you're a Control C of every single staff unit in the game. Legitimately, there's 4 that stand out. Thor, Brave Veronica. What was her name? Loki, already mentioned. But, like, aside from the 4 with preference weapons, Camilla! And one more. They're all the same, with Winter Erica holding the only other niche of being the only armor one. That's it! They don't really have niches, and they don't really have anything to cover that the others don't. If you have 1+10 staff, you have them all. So I want them all to get refines one day. Hopefully Jenny first, and hopefully the next pick will get the next refine. God, I'm waiting. But I do hope staffs get a refine sooner rather than later. Oh, Faye, how can I go on? Let's start with I have literally been waiting since refines got announced. I have been waiting for over 2 years, and we have 15 Gen 1 units left that aren't Reinhardt or staff units or distant counter weapons that are on the table, and we still haven't got her. She is the exact same as her winter alt, minus the fact she's in infantry, the other one's in armor. Trust me, I would know. I have them both at +10. Look, I think this is the only time I've talked about Faye negatively. And I'm not mad at her. I'm mad at the fact that IS refuses to give her this. I would love to see her get anything to make her unique. Anything to stand out. Look, I'm gonna be real. I want to see something. Be distant counter weapon. Be minus special cooldown 1. increases healing from skills like Aether and Renewal. Anything like that would be incredible. Even something as simple as just a weapon with Lightning Breath as its effect, plus 5 res and 5 defense. One foe is in combat. One unit is in combat. That's it. That would be enough. I'd be happy. My personal favorite thing I would love to see is a conditional distant counter. So if unit is above 50% HP, unit can use distant counter. Either increases healing specials and healing skills like Repel and Aether by 5%, or instead of that, special cooldown -1. That's it. I would love to see that. I would be so happy, and I will be ecstatic the moment Faye gets announced to be on the refined list. And she has to be close. She has to be for October. I said that for November. I said that for October. I'm saying that again. She has to be next month. There's no one else left, yet they keep delaying her. And I just want to see her get a refine. I'll be talking about that. Every possible idea I can think of when she gets announced. Because I can't wait. And I care about her so much as a character. She's my favorite Fire Emblem character. Period. And she doesn't have a preference weapon. You don't know how happy I was when the Winter Banner was announced, when she got an alt. Or when Familial Festivities was announced and Spring Eden became a thing. My first reaction when Dual Heroes got announced was, and another one soon after was, you know what, maybe this was all another Faye alt. And look what happened. And I was happy. I love Duo Faye. I think it's adorable, and I love their dialogue, and I love Faye as a character. She's my favorite character in the series, and I just want her to get something to make her stand out from the crowd. Please, IS. I beg you. So, those are my thoughts. Legitimately, once we got to the 5th member of the list, those are ones that I really want to see, and I argue I could have made this a top 5 list, but I felt doing top 10 just felt better. And I really hope these units, especially Faye, yes, if you're watching, just know I'll probably plus 10 a second Faye. I won't. I'm just saying that to get their attention. I would love that to happen, and honestly, I think I have an interesting perspective on this. Because, legitimately, a lot of the refines we've gotten recently, I don't care about, but I'm like, especially when we got Berkut and Corrin in one batch, I'm like, I know someone who really cares about these characters. It's like, you know what, if someone on this planet cares about that character and just got something that makes them stronger, I'm happy for them. I don't know if even if I don't know you, like, I'm not a fan of Effie, really, but if someone on this planet is gonna appreciate Effie's refine, I'm happy she got one, for whoever that is. So, share what unit you would like to get a refine in the comments, and have a good day. Also, see you on Thursday.